Paige VanZant is no stranger to being the center of attention, whether it be due to her fighting or because of a recent post on one of her multiple social media handles. In today's video, we are going to be going over one of her more recent and more controversial videos that she recently posted. This is going to be a wild and risque video, so I'm pretty sure you won't want to go anywhere. With all that out of the way, let's jump right into the video. So, what did she post? VanZant is very active on her social media, like any celebrity or athlete in modern times, but she is active in a much different way. VanZant is quite provocative on her social media accounts, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and she is not afraid to bear it all for a couple thousand likes, and her most recent post was no exception. VanZant took to Twitter to post her latest thirst trap that is honestly too graphic for YouTube, therefore I cannot put the footage on the screen, but the full video can be viewed on her Twitter if you would like to go see for yourself. The video consists of VanZant in a full-body lingerie getup and a robe. At the start of the video, the robe is fully covering VanZant's body until the audio says peekaboo, which sees VanZant pull her robe open to reveal what's underneath, and of course, it's her in a very revealing lingerie. The audio repeats peekaboo multiple times, which forces VanZant to open and close her robe to go along with the audio. Sure, it's not a very creative video, but I'm sure it did exactly what she wanted it to do because the video has nearly 100,000 views on Twitter. While this sort of thing isn't exactly outside of VanZant's wheelhouse, it is a bit of more graphic than usual, with a portion of her nipple being clearly exposed during the video, hence why she posted it on Twitter, the only social media site between Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to allow nudity. Nevertheless, it got her views and likes, which in this day and age are both massively important to advancing one's popularity and fame. And if this is how VanZant wants to do it, then by all means, she's free to do so. But you would think that getting your face beat in by another woman in bare knuckle boxing would be enough to get your name on the map, right? Despite this, VanZant's name was in the headlines and tabloids recently when she lost her most recent bout. That, unlike her recent Twitter post, was very ugly. Next, VanZant's latest loss was a big one. As most of you watching probably know, Paige VanZant took her talents from MMA to bare knuckle boxing back in 2020, and so far, it has not been going great. Heading into her last bout with Rachael Ostovich, VanZant was looking for her first win in the sport after losing her first ever bare knuckle boxing match of her career, but all did not go as planned. In fact, it all went exactly against her plan as she lost her bout by unanimous decision. Obviously, no fighter likes to lose, but losing your first two matches in a new fighting league has to be a different type of anger. She left her former league in the MMA with a record of 8-5, while although not fantastic, it is certainly better than 0-2, which is the record she has right now in the BKFC. Although she is down right now, 0-2 is not an insurmountable challenge for her, and I'm certain that this is a setback in which she can come back from. This, of course, was not how she saw it after losing her match to Ostovich back in August of 2021, as she later revealed in an interview with MMA Fighting that this loss set her back big time, forcing her to question her decision to be a pro fighter at all. So even if you're against the type of photos that VanZant chooses to post, it's good to see her smiling and happy again, because according to the interview, that was not the case back in August. Let's take a look at VanZant's scary interview. As difficult as it is on your body to be a pro fighter, a great deal of fighting is mental, and it can be very difficult on your mental health being a fighter, having to compete for a wide range of people, judges, fans, family members, friends, and even other fighters. Performing at your absolute best 24/7 is a difficult task that can cause a person to break down, and after losing a possibly career-altering fight, it is difficult to imagine one keeping it together. So when 12-gauge VanZant lost her bout with Ostovich, you can see why it sent her into a downward spiral of self-hate and self-doubt. When I walked out of the ring, I didn't just walk to my locker room, I literally walked all the way outside and I just went and cried in the parking lot by myself, Paige VanZant revealed to MMA Fighting. I said some things to my husband that are pretty terrible about, like, my mental state. I told him I didn't want to live anymore, that this wasn't for me anymore, like life wasn't for me anymore, so I was disappointed. It was hard. She continued on in the same interview by saying, "It can be hard when Austin and I are married and he keeps winning and I keep losing. But honestly, him and his success is the only thing that keeps me going," Paige explained, "because I do feel like we win together. His next fight will be for a title, and I know he's going to win. I just know how good it's going to feel for him and for me, and I'm so happy. I'm so proud of him. His title fight to look forward makes it all worth it and makes me feel a little bit better." For those who are unaware of who she is referring to when she says Austin, she is referring to her husband and MMA fighter Austin Vanderford, so you can see why it would be difficult for her to lose while her husband keeps winning. However, it's good to hear that they are supportive of each other's careers and that they are always there for one another. Will she be coming back to the BKFC? After signing a huge deal to fight in the BKFC back in 2020, then proceeding to go 0-2 in her first two fights, fans were unsure if she was going to even come back to the league. Would she just cut her losses and call it a career at 27 years old? Well, according to the president of the BKFC, that will not be the case after all, and apparently, we can expect VanZant back in the ring very soon. Dave Feldman, the president of the BKFC as of this recording, has stated that he expects his prize signing to return to the ring for her next match as soon as April or May of 2022. In an interview with MMA Fighting, Feldman said, "She's going to be fighting again. We were thinking about throwing her on the Knucklemania card too. I thought it was too much and we needed to just spread it out a little. I don't have an exact date, but I'd love to get her back in April. It would be great to get her back, and there's a lot of talent out there that would be good opponents for her. April, May-ish." Feldman continued on by saying, "So we're going to be talking to her manager, Malki Kawa, and hopefully lock that in, but we've already started the preliminary conversation. She knows that she's going to get ready to fight soon." For all the fans of VanZant and the BKFC, this is amazing news. Hopefully her appearance at Knucklemania will be the confidence boost that she needs to get back on her feet and find success in this league. Although we have no idea when her next fight will be in terms of exact date or who will be against, we do know that we will be very excited for the day that VanZant steps back into the ring. Lastly, Feldman still believes in her. Most fighters who signed a new and lucrative contract would have been on thin ice after the results that VanZant achieved in her first 2 bouts, but not VanZant. VanZant's still an amazing fighter, and Feldman agrees. Feldman said, "I'm confident that she will fight for BKFC again. Look, like I said before, she didn't have to fight Bare Knuckle. She had other options, but she tested herself and then she lost. Then she came back and tested herself again, and she lost again." He continued on by saying, "But neither of these fights are you like, oh my god, Paige got her butt kicked. Neither of those fights at all. You were like good fights, and Paige lost. No big deal. Everybody said she fought tough. She fought very tough. That's extremely high praise from the president of the entire league, and hopefully it adds to her confidence as a fighter, and she can channel that into her next performance later this year." And that's all we have for you guys today on the channel. Thank you all so much for watching. What did you think of VanZant's peekaboo video on Twitter? And who do you think she'll be fighting next in the BKFC? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video.